The Dodgers received electrifying news during their crucial matchup that left fans and teammates in absolute awe. Shohei Ohtani, who had been struggling to find his power stroke, suddenly delivered a moment that reminded everyone why he's considered one of baseball's greatest talents. After going 6 consecutive games without a home run, the Japanese superstar finally broke through with a spectacular 2-run shot to the opposite field, marking his 19th home run of the season. This wasn't just any home run, it was a statement, a reminder, and a performance that left baseball legends speechless. When the cameras captured Ohtani stepping into the batter's box in the 5th inning, few could have predicted the magnitude of what was about to unfold. The anticipation in the stadium was palpable, but many wondered whether Ohtani's recent power drought would continue. Would he break through tonight? Could he rediscover the swing that had made him a 2-time MVP? What did this home run mean for the Dodgers' playoff hopes? And why were veteran players and baseball legends so amazed by what they witnessed? As the starting lineup was announced earlier that day, media personnel noted that Ohtani had been making adjustments to his batting stance during morning practice. Reporters observed him working extensively with hitting coach Robert Van Scoyoc, focusing specifically on his approach to opposite field pitching. Freeman, who was taking batting practice in the adjacent cage, spoke to reporters about what he had observed. Freeman admitted that he could see something different in Ohtani's eyes that morning. There was a determination, a focus that suggested the Japanese superstar was ready to break out of his slump. Freeman said that when a player of Ohtani's caliber goes even a few games without a home run, the baseball world starts to wonder if something is wrong. He was particularly attentive to Ohtani's mental approach, knowing that the pressure of living up to his massive contract and sky-high expectations could weigh heavily on any player. Many people couldn't help but feel concerned when Ohtani, who had been so dominant early in the season, experienced this unusual power outage. The questions from the media were relentless, all wanting to know what had changed in Ohtani's approach. Before the game, manager Dave Roberts addressed the mounting questions regarding Ohtani's recent performance. The Dodgers manager revealed that Ohtani had been working tirelessly behind the scenes to refine his mechanics. However, Roberts emphasized that there was absolutely no concern within the organization about the temporary home run drought. According to Roberts, this is simply part of baseball, even the greatest players experience fluctuations in their power numbers. Roberts confirmed that the coaching staff had been working closely with Ohtani on his timing and pitch recognition, particularly against pitchers who were trying to exploit his aggressive approach. When asked about Ohtani's mindset heading into tonight's game, Roberts said there was no specific pressure or special preparation. It was all about trusting the process and allowing Ohtani's natural talent to shine through when the moment was right. Roberts mentioned that great players don't force results, they let the game come to them. He emphasized that this was exactly the approach Ohtani had been taking, and the entire organization had complete faith that the home runs. Mookie Betts revealed that in the dugout before Ohtani's at-bat, there was a sense of anticipation among the players. Almost everyone on the team could feel that something special was about to happen. Betts said he was sitting next to Will Smith when Ohtani walked toward the on-deck circle, and they both noticed the Japanese star seemed unusually locked in. When the count reached 2-1, Betts leaned over to Smith and said he had a feeling Ohtani was about to do something spectacular. Betts revealed that Ohtani's preparation routine was slightly different this time. He took a few extra practice swings and seemed to be visualizing something specific. Betts said that just moments before stepping into the batter's box, Ohtani looked back toward the dugout and gave a subtle nod. It was as if he was communicating a quiet confidence that transcended words. The entire bench fell silent as Ohtani dug in, and everyone's eyes were fixed on the interaction between pitcher and batter. To be honest, we all knew something was coming, Betts said with an admiring smile. When a player like Shohei gets that look in his eyes, you just know he's about to remind everyone who he is. According to teammates who were in the dugout, the moment the pitch left the pitcher's hand, time seemed to slow down. The 2-1 fastball was located on the outer half of the plate, exactly where opposing pitchers had been successfully jamming Ohtani throughout his recent slump. But this time was different. Ohtani's hand stayed back perfectly, his weight transferred smoothly, and his bat path was absolutely flawless. The crack of the bat was unlike anything heard in the previous 6 games. It was pure, powerful, and unmistakable. The ball rocketed off Ohtani's bat toward the opposite field with such velocity that outfielders barely had time to react. As the ball sailed over the right field wall, the stadium erupted in thunderous applause. Ohtani rounded the bases with his characteristic humility, but there was no hiding the relief and satisfaction on his face. This wasn't just his 19th home run of the season, it was a 2-run shot that gave the Dodgers a crucial lead and proved that even the best players can overcome adversity. Shortly after Ohtani crossed home plate and returned to the dugout, the celebration was immediate and genuine. According to eyewitnesses in the dugout, every single player stood up to greet him. Freddie Freeman was the first to embrace Ohtani, slapping him on the helmet and shouting words of encouragement. The energy in the dugout completely transformed in that instant. What had been a tense, tight game suddenly became a moment of pure joy and confidence for the entire team. Sources close to the team say that Ohtani's home run had an impact that went far beyond the 2 runs it produced. It was a psychological boost for the entire lineup, a reminder that their superstar was still capable of delivering in crucial moments. For Ohtani personally, this was validation that his adjustments were working and that patience and process would ultimately prevail over pressure and doubt. What made this home run even more remarkable was the reaction it generated from baseball legends who were watching the game. Hall of Famer and former hitting coach at 32 years old, several legendary players took to social media and broadcast booths to express their amazement at what they had just witnessed. One legendary player, who requested to remain unnamed, stated that Ohtani's ability to drive a pitch to the opposite field with such authority at this stage of the season, and after a 6-game drought, demonstrated a level of skill adjustment that only truly elite hitters possess. The 32-year-old legend specifically praised Ohtani's bat control and his refusal to try to pull everything for power. What separates great hitters from good hitters, the legend explained, is the ability to make adjustments when pitchers figure you out. Ohtani showed tonight that he's not just physically gifted, he's mentally elite. That opposite field power is something you can't teach. It's pure talent combined with supreme baseball intelligence. Another baseball icon, a former MVP himself, appeared on the post-game broadcast and couldn't contain his admiration. He described Ohtani's swing as poetry in motion and called the home run a masterclass in hitting approach. The legend went on to say that in his 20-plus years around professional baseball, he had rarely seen a player make such a complete adjustment in real time. The fact that Ohtani could recognize his struggles, work with coaches to identify the issue, and then execute a perfect opposite field home run in a pressure situation speaks volumes about his character and ability. Social media immediately exploded with reactions from current players, former stars, and millions of fans worldwide. The video of Ohtani's 19th home run was shared thousands of times within the first hour. Baseball analysts broke down every frame of his swing, marveling at the mechanical precision and raw power on display. Many pointed out that this type of opposite field power is extremely rare, especially for a player who had been struggling to connect on pitches in that. After the game, manager Dave Roberts could barely contain his pride when discussing Ohtani's performance. The Dodgers manager smiled broadly as he acknowledged that Ohtani had just demonstrated exactly why the organization invested so heavily in him. Roberts said that while the 6-game home run drought had generated external noise and media speculation, internally there was never a moment of doubt. The next few weeks are going to be very exciting for this team, Roberts said. Shohei has found his rhythm again, and when he's locked in like this, there's nobody in baseball who can match what he brings to the table. Roberts also revealed that the coaching staff had been particularly impressed with Ohtani's willingness to make adjustments. Many superstars, Roberts explained, become set in their ways and resist changing their approach. But Ohtani's humility and constant desire to improve set him apart. He works like he's fighting for a roster spot, Roberts said. That's the mark of a true professional and a future Hall of Famer. The significance of this 19th home run extends beyond just ending a 6-game power drought. It represents Ohtani's resilience, his technical excellence, and his ability to perform under pressure. For the Dodgers, it's a reminder that they have a generational talent who can carry them through the most important moments of the season. For baseball fans around the world, it's another chapter in the incredible story of Shohei Ohtani, a player who continues to defy expectations and redefine what's possible. Thank you for watching.